Drop.
What is going on, everybody? We are back in the Stu Alpha Made. Holy crap. Guys, you have no idea how long of a process Alpha Made has taken to get going again, because last year around this time exactly is when I went for a run, started talking about doing a fitness channel because I can help so many people with their fitness and just understanding the little stuff. And I had the stroke. So that was fun. This is going to be a really easy way for me to break down what everybody feels is so hard, which is how to lose weight safely. Now, the reason why we're doing this video is because what's up? What's up, guys? This is a great place for you to ask questions too about fitness, because I want you to know how to do the exercises you need and to know how to at least run within the confines of losing weight safely. Now, I'm just going to say this because it's truth. Right now, the GLP-1s is a really big thing, and people are just jumping on them because they're becoming more and more available. We'll have to have that discussion another time, but I personally think that anything you take that stops and curves your appetite completely should only be done in service for the fact that you are very overweight and it's really dangerous for your health to be that overweight. So that's my personal opinion. For me, it's healthier, safer, and better to not crash diet, to not jump on something. I'm not saying GLP-1s cannot help. GLP-1? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Ozempic, stuff like that. So I want to get started with a simple way that people really misunderstand the nutrition side. So number one thing is that you need to have a moderate calorie deficit. What that means is we're not talking about how some people will start. You guys ever seen The Office when Kelly does that, like, it's like a lemonade, it's like lemon, cayenne pepper, that thing, like a crash diet. Most people get so obsessed with getting in shape fast and losing weight and looking a certain way. Like maybe it's the summertime and everybody wants to have a swimsuit body, whatever. And they'll jump on something really erratic and start eating salads or just deprive your body of what it needs. So number one thing is we're going to lower calories just by 300 to 500 a day. This is the point of being healthy and being safe with your diet. What I see a lot of times, especially even with clients that I used to work with, we talk about nutrition and they would tell me that it's either the biggest struggle or they don't eat enough. Both of those things are going to cause issues. You need to use your body as fuel, or use food as fuel for your body. There you go. In that context, you can't deprive yourself of a bunch and expect to be in a healthy way. So what you'll hear is like actors and actresses who do a 6-week transformation. Christian Bale did this for Batman. He went from as skinny as you could possibly be to as huge as he was for Batman in a very short amount of time. Your body is not meant to do that. To be healthy, it's going to take time. I always would tell people you need to look at it in a 3, 6, 9, and 12-month increment of where you want to be overall. The whole goal is to just start by lowering the calories by a little bit. If you go too hard, your body's trying to grab onto the fat. So you either start eating your muscle or you start just, you lose everything that you built. You need muscle. That's the other thing, is like you can't just go running and just eat salads and think that that's going to work as far as your body needing fuel. So we start with 300 to 500 calories down from your normal. And it's easier to track than ever. Like, can we be honest with that? Excuse me. It's easier to track more than ever. You can scan what you're eating and your app will tell you what's in it and you'll know what you're getting. Okay. Number 2, enough protein. That's the thing. People really underestimate what it takes to fuel your body. Protein is going to help you feel not high and not low, but evened out. And your body needs it because your muscles feed off of protein. So if you're exercising in any capacity, you need protein. That's what bothers me the most is, like I said, you can't crash diet and have your muscles be happy with that. There's no nutritional value in a crash diet. So that's the number one thing. Lower your calories by 300 to 500 and then eat protein to supplement out what you're losing. So just choose higher protein meals. And you'd be surprised. We are also in a time where food is so innovative and people have made really, really amazing recipes with protein, like even protein waffles, pancakes. That stuff used to taste horrible. We're at a point where brands are really understanding how to make stuff taste good, and it's full of protein. So I think just choose what you like. That's what I tell people. Don't just pick up a diet that's disgusting that you hate every day and you're shooting. You know what I used to do? Thinking this would help me. It was the worst decision I ever made. I'd work out, fasted. I was intermittent fasting. I wouldn't eat till like way later in the day. So I'd wake up and work out early in the morning and then eat way later, like either at 11 or like just dinner. So pretty much the whole day. And then I started doing this thing with apple cider vinegar shots, pure apple cider vinegar. I don't know if you guys know that, what that tastes like, but it was a little shot glass and I'd put a certain amount in it and I would shoot it because it's supposed to be a fat burner. And I would be like this, shaking because it was just so harsh. My body had no fuel. I was exercising my butt off. I was just flat and not feeling good. So don't do this stuff and don't eat because you hate it. And you see people just plugging their nose, popping. Like people think, okay, I'm going to do healthy foods and it's too expensive. Number one, if you're going to go out and just start eating Brussels sprouts and you hate them, that's stupid. Why would anybody say, well, you need to eat Brussels sprouts and you need to down 40 pounds of chicken? No, just find recipes. There's protein in other things as well. You can get protein from yogurt. Like just start looking for a recipe and things that you like. And I'm telling you, at some point, I'll share recipes with you, even though I'm not the biggest recipe person, but I'll share with you what I like. So that's kind of the main thing. You can do cottage cheese, turkey, ground turkey, and you can find ways that you like to do it. And by the way, I shot that one, the last time I ever did this, it was in 2017. And I took it was basically a shot glass for like a measuring cup. So like just little bits that you could use for cooking. And I'd put the apple cider vinegar in every day. And one time I shot it and I misshot it. And when it went down, it went into my nose and out of my nose. And I couldn't breathe for at least 3 minutes straight. I was like the most burning sensation of my life in my nose. It was horrible. It was the worst experience ever. So, and also, like I said, I'd walk around and my hand would be like this after. Like my body it was too harsh. It was too much. And again, I wasn't even fueling my body. So I'm telling you this because I have been really unhealthily skinny and I have been really overweight. And now I'm in a place where I've built muscle. I've learned how to be healthy. I have to take care of my health because of my meningitis. And so I have been almost damn near anorexic. I was 6'1" as a teenager before I grew a little bit more, or 6 foot or 6'1", and I was 113 pounds. Like if you could see how I looked as a teenager at 13 and 14, all I did was run. I had an unhealthy mindset and I didn't even feed my body. So trust me, I've done both. I've not eaten at all and I've overeaten and became overweight. So I kind of have a lot of knowledge personally about all this stuff. The best way to do anything is consistency and find stuff you like. I hate that stuff like, oh, go on this horrible diet you would never eat. No, just find high protein food. That's it. That's very simple. But you need to eat it every single day. Some people say eat the equivalent of your weight in protein grams. So I'm 238 pounds, eat 238 grams of protein a day. I'm going to be honest with you. I usually probably eat maybe 100 to 200 at the absolute most. And I could be better about that. But when you start eating a ton of protein, you have to eat more and more and more, even if it's little bits. And you have to have really high protein foods. And so for me, I'm just kind of getting myself to eat enough protein every day. Personally, I struggle with it too, because again, it is a lot of work. But even things like boiled eggs, like it adds up if that's what your meal is. Okay, now this is where I think we really need to spend some time understanding. Losing weight and lifting weights go hand in hand. What I see way too often is that everyone thinks that you want to be skinny, and so, and especially all of my female clients would say things like, "Oh, I don't want to lift weights because I don't want to get big. I don't want to get a bunch of muscle. I don't want to look like that." Nobody gets big from just lifting weights itself. You have to lift heavy consistently, genetics. There's a lot of things that play into this, but lifting weights is what your body's made of muscle. I'm going to show you how I used to show my clients. Let me just show you. It's so much easier that way. This is why I love helping people. Okay. So this is our body right here. Share screen, baby. Human body right here. Okay. So right there, 500%. Wow. Really? That's all I get for 500%? So this is a bad example. It's a bad example. Sorry. Whoa. Trying to find a muscular system. Yuck. Muscular system. That's all I want. Here. Perfect example. Okay. So if you really look at this, would you look at this? It's not even doing what I want. Regardless, if you can see what I mean, your body has muscle everywhere. The best way to maintain and lose weight is to literally train your muscles. The best way to train your muscles is to lift weights. Resistance training. That's it. And the thing is, people think it's going to make you big and giant. No. And the people who are big and giant, do you know that for them, they're pretty much, okay, like I'll give you a perfect example. For me, I'm probably the biggest I've ever been muscle-wise. And the thing is, I am 30 years old and I've been training consistently since I was pretty much 14 or 15. But I started going to the gym and really hitting weights specifically at 16. But I've always been an athlete, but like lifting weights itself started for football, and that was around 14 years old. But like that's the point, is like it's been almost my whole life that I have been putting time into this to build pounds of muscle. When you hear people be like, yeah, he put on 15 pounds of muscle for this role, that doesn't happen naturally. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you, but it does not happen naturally. Most people in those realms are not taking the natural route. So you got to have to, first of all, choose what you want. If you don't care and you don't care about crashing your body out, then you can be unhealthy. And I'm going to give you a couple examples of people who have lost their lives over being really unhealthy and being so physique focused. We just lost Connor Murphy. Okay. And I'm not saying that as disrespect because somebody lost their life, but he started to get really unhealthy, and they were crash dieting with just black coffee because caffeine suppresses your appetite. So they drink too much caffeine every day, and then you don't eat enough, and you just really put your body through it. And if you're taking stuff, your body's not meant to run that way. So we're talking about the healthiest way to do this. It's going to be a process. The problem is people are rushing to get the physique they want. And now we have this magic thing that helps you get there faster, but it has to have consequences. Please weigh out consequences long-term with anything that you're going to put in your body. Like even food in itself, a certain lifestyle, for me, I'm pre-diabetic. So I'm like 3 or 2 notches away from like the line of type 2 diabetes. And I've known that for a long time. So I even have to be more careful because it's there. I ate like crap my whole life and I crash my body in and out. So if I'm not careful, I'll have to deal with that too. And so that's the point, is it's important to find a thing that works and is sustainable for you. And people will do the unhealthy things, but some people are losing their lives in their early 30s just because their body can't handle what they're doing to it. So please think about long-term longevity, and lifting weights, light weights, and resistance bands, which is something I will go over on this channel and show you how to do it, is going to help you. Your body's made of muscle. That's how you function. You're not going to build a huge arm and huge legs by lifting. I promise that. I promise you that. Okay. This is another big thing. If you're inactive, let's say a lot of the clients that I had most of the time are completely inactive and they haven't really ever worked out. They don't know how, and that's the biggest problem. The thing is, the first step into anything is doing something you actually like doing. Going for a walk on the treadmill or the Stairmaster or swimming or doing a class. I don't care what it is. Just do something that gets your body started. Dancing, anything that has an aerobic effect on your body and where you're getting your heart rate up a little bit, and not we're not talking crazy, like just do something moderate to get yourself going, get your heart moving. It's just part of your health. Your body is meant to move, so move your body if you can. If you can't move your body, I've always said this, if I could only move my upper body, I would work with my upper body, and that's what I would do. I'd figure out ways creatively to get my heart rate up in that way. So that's how I think it's really important to find a way that you will enjoy it. Again, this is all about not just doing what you think you should do, but finding ways that work for you. Like for me, basketball worked for me. Running routes for football was a cardio burner. I like going for runs. I like going for walks. I pretty much like everything. Swimming laps. You really downplay the effect that you can have on your body if you're just being active. But you have to do something you enjoy or you're going to hate it. So like everybody thinks, eat a salad and go for a run. If those are two things you hate, why would you do that? I don't understand that. I don't understand why people put themselves through it. I don't get it. So that's a big deal. It's going to help you burn those extra calories. You're going to be a little bit, you might feel a little bit down, but if your protein goes high, if you drop your calories down by 300 and then you up your protein, it will kind of help you balance out very quickly. You'll start feeling better. I promise you that. Like you will just start feeling more, you'll feel consistent. There's not a high and a low. It's just consistent. I don't know how else to say that. And I can't tell you how good that feels. Okay. And then you need to sleep and recover. So what you have to figure out too is when you're first getting started, what am I going to do? What does my week look like? Can I commit to 2 times a week for lift and 1 time a week for pure cardio? Or am I going to do 3 days of everything? I'm going to do a little bit of weights or a little bit of resistance training, even body weight training, and then walk. What are you going to commit to? And that's the most important point is like, you have to figure out what works for you and how you're going to start, but don't start at the finish line. Don't jump on this pill, this fat burner, stop eating. Your body's going to have a problem with that. I promise. You're shocking the hell out of it. And again, we have an unhealthy, very unhealthy society that tries to promote looking great in a certain way. And a lot of the actors and actresses do that. Here, I'm going to show you Christian Bale, his transformation. Let me look it up real quick. I just want you to see what I'm talking about. Here we go. This is not healthy. This is not effing healthy. Let me share it. You guys can't even see what I'm talking about. All right. Let me zoom. What the frick is that? Do you see that? I'm not kidding. He had that roll on the left. He was a stick, barely, probably had so many health issues. And within, I think it was not even, I don't even remember. I want to say 8 weeks. I remember watching the video a long time ago. He bulked up to play Batman because those roles were booked back to back. And that's what they were so scared that Christian Bale wasn't going to be able to look like Batman because he looked like that. Do you understand that your body to go from that to that is going to ruin your insides? Your organs don't even know what to do with that, because to gain that much weight and muscle, you would probably have to stack carbs like you couldn't believe. And then you'd have to, I don't even know. But the other biggest thing is you have to, 3 things. These are important. These are part of your life. This is why I say working out is so important to your life. It goes to all these different things in your life. It's going to be a great stress reliever, but you need to prioritize your health and it will help you with everything else you do. You need to stay hydrated. Like just stay hydrated. I cheat the system. Excuse me. I cheat the system all the time with liquid IVs or these just to kind of make sure electrolytes are balanced. And then I drink tons of water. I've been drinking, I don't know why I ripped the labels off because I open it very aggressively. I've been drinking my protein shakes to help me just stay sustainable. And then I'll eat like a protein bar. And those are things that you can have as little snacks that just keep you so, I don't know how else to say this other than if you've ever been someone who's had a poor diet, you might feel really good if you eat or really crappy, but you kind of have this wave of feeling. It's almost like how I would describe drinking a cup of coffee. Like you kind of go high and go low. That's kind of how your diet is. And you just get used to it because you don't know what it's like to just kind of sit here in the middle. Higher protein diets, you just start feeling good, but you're not high. You just feel even all day. You don't lose your energy all day. So if you're not eating enough protein, you won't feel the same way. Your nutrition is fuel for your body and you need that fuel. And so this is where it gets a little bit more tricky into what's best for your body. What can you handle? What other side effects are things that can you not eat because you have a gallbladder issue? Things like that. That's way more deep. But then you need to manage your stress the best you can. I use exercise and recovery as a stress manager in the first place. So I kind of manage my stress the best I can by getting out all that stuff in the workouts, right? And then you need to recover. You need to also, for me personally, the first thing I would tell any client is if you can, go to your doctor. Like for me, I went and got my hormones looked at for my blood work to see where I'm at right now, because you don't understand how that's affecting weight gain. You can have thyroid issues. You could have any kind of a slew of issues that could be causing more other things that you need to correct. So that way your exercise works, because your body can be out of whack. And if it is, then you could work out as hard as you want and not be able to get where you want to be. So it's like, first take care of your health, and then fitness is supposed to also do that as well. And then I use it for the mental side as well. So that's kind of the most important thing. But I want you guys to stay healthy. I want you to be safe. And I'm going to teach you guys little tiny things that are going to help you figure out what kind of exercises you want to do. I am putting together programs for people on a Patreon. Now, this is why I did this separately, because again, fitness is its own thing, but I'm putting together kind of a broad, open way to do 3 different things. You can either follow, if you join the Patreon on there, you can have a gym workout for, it doesn't matter, men or women, because there's going to be 2 versions. Then there's going to be a home workout, which is a body weight version with a moderate, and then there'll be moderation. And so there'll be like different sections where if you own weights, you can do certain things. And then there's going to be a cardio hybrid of what to do for your cardio, and you can follow that. And hopefully that will help you a lot. But a lot of what you're going to see with this channel is us talking about a lot of different things that are going on in the world in fitness. And then I'm going to try to do, the hardest part for me right now is just filming at the gym the way I need to, so I can really explain the little things. I see it every single time I go to the gym, the little mistakes that somebody could do, they might get hurt because they've never used those weights before. And so little things that are going to teach you how to exercise safely and correctly. So that's it for today. Love you guys. I'll see you